I got eyes on Bronson. Can you see him, 07?
Yes, 17, but we may have a complication.
I see what you mean. We can't have this kind of interference right now. We'll get Bronson another time.
Understood. Thought you said he was our best agent.
Was. Let's bring him to headquarters. We've got a point of contention to settle.
On a broken carousel, spun down to hell. How far we fell, maybe just as well. The stones we throw, they told me so. Yeah, it was death by stereo when they dealt the final blow. Nowhere to go. In the valley of the dolls, I was climbing up the walls, no light at all. I turned into a killer. I'm insane. I'll cry you a river down the drain.
So, 17, may I offer you something to drink?
Somehow I doubt this is merely just a social occasion.
How well you know me already?
Well, when someone puts a bag over your head and drags you out to the middle of nowhere, it's pretty safe to imagine they're not asking you to grab a cup of coffee.
How right you are. Now let's get down to business. So, where's Agent 07?
I don't know what you're talking about.
17, I know exactly who you are. I'm here to stop Project Iscariot. So where is he?
You're asking the wrong person. It's well known he's been off the grid for years.
17, I don't have time to play these games. Where is he? Who are you?
The name's Krieg. Philip Krieg. I understand you've been looking for me.
Philip. I've been waiting for this moment. It's been a long time.
You have me like you wanted. Now let 17 go.
Not until I find out how deep this thing goes.
Philip, you know this man?
Agent Bronson. Our paths crossed once before in the field, but I never thought we'd meet again. Not like this.
So you're Agent Bronson, of the MIX branch of the Secret Service. He was reported rogue several months ago. He's a traitor.
That's not true.
Then why leave your agency? Why leave to pursue evil?
To pursue evil? I might ask you the same question.
It's my only hope.
What the hell's this all about?
Patient 17. Creek and I will be taking a little trip tomorrow. You'll be staying here until further notice.
You expect him to just sit here and wait?
My security system leaves him with no choice. You might as well cooperate.
I wouldn't count on it.
Good night, gentlemen. I'll see you in the morning.
Guess I'm a little bit rusty.
Well, I'm not. Don't interfere in something you have no business in.
No business in? What do you mean I have no business in?
It's been 3 years, 07.
6 years, 17.
What? Oh, 6 years since I took you off field work. Do you resent me for it?
Not necessarily. I just never understood it.
Those knife wounds from Waldman on your last mission were pretty severe. I really had no choice.
You know that's a lie. I want to know the real reason.
You really want to know why I gave you a desk job? It's because I couldn't count on you in the field anymore.
You knew my loyalty to this agency, to our country.
But I also knew that you were looking for a way out. You wanted to be a part of the world outside. I couldn't risk you on a field mission anymore. A desk job was an easy way out for both of us. And it was an out which you took when that day you didn't report for duty became a week, a month, a year. I'm surprised you're even back now.
I never left.
That's not what your file says.
My file? What about that sniper that saved Agent 03 in Switzerland last year? And it hasn't been the CIA leaking information to Miss Pennypacker. I've been MI7's guardian angel the past few years.
I must admit I'm not surprised. But why come out of the shadows now? Why go into them in the first place if you didn't really want to get away?
I tried to go back to the outside world, but the dreams, they still haunt me. And then I realized I was being followed everywhere. Bronson must have something to do with this. You have to tell me everything you know about his organization.
Your 07 number is only honorary now. You don't have a security clearance anymore. But in this case, I can answer your question quite simply. We don't know anything about him. Now tell me what you know.
Well, he started following me, so I started following him. And now we're here. Haven't MI6 and MI7 always worked independently of each other? What's this agent's new interest in us?
Have you heard about the proposed MI7-MIX merger?
A little bit. I still have my sources.
It's the biggest intelligence merger of the century. Two off-the-radar agencies coming together to pool their resources.
So I take it you're a proponent.
MI7 has only ever loosely been tied to the British government. They don't even officially recognize our existence, and a lot of our agents are non-British nationals. MIX simply offers a lot of resources that we don't have.
You trust them?
Who?
Everyone. Anyone.
Somehow I still trust you. What do you know that I don't?
I'm not sure yet. Perhaps tomorrow holds the answers. Get some rest, 17.
I never wanted it to go this far, but there are some businesses you can never get out of.
He wants you to sign off on the wall.
You betrayed me. You all did.
You're a hero for our cause. You're not one of them. You're one of us.
What about all
give
those
in.
I've saved? What about all those that can go on living their lives because of me?
And what about all those you've killed?
Agent 03, come in. This is 17. to sort it out.
Philip, I think there's more to this than what we thought.
Philip, it was my father that killed your father.
Treat Philip Creed.
Now I will kill you.
Has this ever happened before?
Really, it's you.
Is that an agent on a suicide mission?
Evil never dies, Philip Creed.
Really? You're trapped. Trapped by me. Trapped by the government. Trapped by
Maybe there can be an escape.
Good morning, Philip. Surprised to see you up so early and armed.
It's time to talk, Bronson. Have a seat.
I should have known you'd have a couple tricks up your sleeve, but this is just the beginning.
Come on, Bronson. Just tell me what's going on.
Come on, Philip. What do you think I'm just gonna sit here and explain my plan?
It's worked out that way in the past.
What do you think this is a movie? Sometimes the real spies don't get all the answers.
So how did you get out? How did you get past that security system?
Child's play. I've been designing systems like that for years. What did you find out?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I got my phone. I have some more ammo if you need it.
I got enough. Use my laser watch.
That old thing? I'm surprised it still even works. So are you going to go after him?
Maybe I'll let him find me this time.
Get me in touch with 13 and search the term Project Iscariot through all our records.
What did you say?
Project Iscariot, it's something Bronson mentioned.
And you've never heard of it before?
Does it mean something to you? Where are you going?
Don't interfere in something you have no business in.
They're sending a helicopter and there's room for 2. Why don't you come with me? Will you ever come back to where you know you belong?
Never. And always.
Everything appears to be in order with the IT audit, sir. I'm just still concerned about those files that were deleted from our system a few months ago. It looks like an inside job.
I agree. Ever since you ran into Krieg, I had a sneaking suspicion that he's up to something. I want your full attention on upgrading our security system.
Philip Krieg isn't the only rogue agent we're dealing with here, 13. Bronson from MIX, he'd be able to access those files as well.
I don't want you taking chances with either of them, 17. I trust you'll put our security over your own bias.
Of course, sir.
As for the missing hard drive and the deleted files, I will see to those personally.
Understood. I'll catch up with you in a few minutes. I'd like you to cover for me with 13 for a few days. There's something I want to look into. No, I wouldn't worry about Philip Krieg. He has his own priorities. I doubt we'll be seeing him anytime soon.
Wie ben je?
Krieg. Philip Krieg.
Ik haak je niet. Laat me je identificatie zien.
Natuurlijk.
Dat is niet jou.
Graag gedaan.
"17? What are you doing here?"
Get down!
Look, we need to make a quick exit.
Not till I got what I came here for.
You mean this hard drive?
Alright, I'll cover you. Let's go.
Not a bad idea. Shield your eyes. Let's go.
Don't move or 17 gets it.
Bronson, you have something I need. Let's see if I can undo the damage you've already done.
Philip saved your energy. He won't get far at night. We'll track him.
So you mind telling me what the hell you're doing here, 17?
I might ask you the same question. This is MI7 business. Someone hacked our server, moved the files to that hard drive, and then deleted some of them. I need to figure out which ones and why.
Yeah? So why not send an actual agent? Why you?
I have a feeling that someone from inside is the one who hacked him based on the codes used. I can't have anyone knowing what I'm doing.
Sounds like Bronson. As a former MIX agent, he'd know those files better than anyone. And you delivered that hard drive straight to him.
So are you gonna help me get it back? Oh, 07, I'm in position. What's your status?
I'm on my mark, sir. What are my orders?
How's the weather up there in the mountains?
A lot colder than where you're at. You always get the easy job.
A Russian espionage group agent is on his way to your location expecting to receive some documents from you. We need you to take him out to disrupt their network.
Sounds simple enough.
Wait a minute. I'm picking up somebody on our surveillance. Do you have visual contact?
Yes, I do. He's waiting at the rendezvous point.
I'm sure you can handle it, 07. Just contact me when the job's complete.
You can count on it. You're not who I was expecting. Who are you?
I'm just a lost tourist looking for the bus stop.
You're Secret Service, aren't you?
What gave it away?
The dumb line about being a tourist sounds like something we'd put out.
Agent Bronson, MIX.
Krieg, Philip Krieg, MI7.
Your reputation precedes you, Mr. Krieg.
I take it you're here for the same reason I am?
I've been tracking this agent since he busted into one of our MIX facilities last week.
I'll keep you covered.
Zember aktuell alle telekontaktstom.
Influenza-Yvonne.
Nos, Oleg Hogi Eguets.
Bill! What are you doing?
I thought you were Bronson.
We need to get a move on.
I haven't seen signs of Bronson in a while. He must be onto us.
Agent 07?
Yes, sir?
Not you. What, do you think we'd retire your number after you left?
Agent 07, reporting, sir.
I need you to track heat signals in this area. There should be a third person near us. I need to know where he's going.
It's a little hard to make out in the woods, but I have a thermal readout now. See someone about 300 meters from you heading southwest. He appears to be moving towards a vehicle in the area.
Thanks. Let's keep this between you and me.
And I thought you were taking care of this mission on your own.
If there's anyone I trust, it's Agent 07.
Which one?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? And since we trust each other so much, let's cut to the chase. This hard drive has something to do with Project Iscariot, doesn't it? Why don't you tell me what that is?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb. You only went out after Bronson again after I told you mentioned that name.
Trust me, 17? You're already too involved.
You're on the wrong side. We can end this.
$17. Drop it.
17! Drop the hard drive now!
This isn't your agency anymore, Philip. Who are you protecting?
You.
Damn it, Krieg!
Jack Stone.
This is Philip Krieg.
Philip Krieg. I've been expecting to hear from you.
Jack Stone, I have some questions to ask you.
Howard Doyle founded Vortex out of personal vendetta. All I know about this Garrett is through their correspondences. Doyle did anything he could to get back to London for killing his family. He leaked Iscariot any information they asked for.
So they didn't share the same objective.
Iscariot seems to have bigger plans than vengeance. They were just using Vortex. I have a feeling they'd have assimilated and killed Doyle as soon as they had the chance.
This is bigger than I thought. So what's our next step?
Philip, this is your battle. God knows I've already had mine. But I do know one more thing. There's this old facility in Bavaria where Doyle used to meet with the reps from Iscariot. There might be a copy listing Iscariot's members still there. I'll send you the coordinates.
I need to get that list before Bronson finds out it's still there.
Then you better hurry.
We can't have this kind of interference right now. We'll get Bronson another time.
Understood. Thought you said he was our best agent.
Was. Let's bring him to headquarters. We've got a point of contention to settle.
Last time you saw Krieg, he shot you in the arm. Do you trust him? How do you know he's not part of Project Iscariot?
I don't. But Carlotta, we don't even know what Project Iscariot is. Right now, he's our best hope of finding out. This is a lot bigger than whatever there is between the two of us.
Maybe this is part of their plan to infiltrate the Secret Service.
They are already inside. We need Philip to tell us what he knows.
We can't afford any mistakes. The MI6 and MI7 merger is already on shaky ground. If it gets out that Iscariot even exists, it could put the whole thing in further danger. You
do want the merger to succeed, right?
Of course, it's a very important next step to national security. But I am worried what will happen if we don't weed out this Iscariot element before everything goes through.
You really think he's gonna talk after what we just did?
He'll understand. Move now!
Did you see where he went?
Can't believe we didn't see this coming.
This has to stop. We have to cut Krieg off at the source.
You're right. Let's get back to headquarters. I need to have a meeting with Miss Pennypacker.
CIA liaison Pennypacker. Oh, Stacy, hi. Oh, I missed you. What's going on? Oh, no. You want the balayage. You do not want the highlights. No, I'll tell you why. Because as your hair grows out, it's going to leave a very harsh, dark line. You want it painted onto each strand of your hair. Oh, I have to go.
Good morning, Miss Pennypacker.
Oh, 17. How nice of you to stop by. It's been a while.
This isn't a social visit. I need you to put me in contact with Philip Krieg.
You know I haven't seen Philip in years, and it's like 3 o'clock. I still haven't taken my lunch break, and I am starving. I think you better.
I know that you've been his contact with MI7. He's gotten in the way one too many times, and it needs to stop.
You know I wouldn't even have time to help a rogue agent. I have so much of my own work as it is, and I miss my deadlines all the time.
Well, I can't argue with you there. Sorry to bother you.
Just a simple misunderstanding. Have a great day. Trust me, 17. You need to forget you ever saw Philip or Bronson and just let things take care of themselves.
What are you talking about? There's apparently a shadow organization within the Secret Service run by Bronson, and we need to weed it out, but Philip keeps getting in the way.
You have no idea how deep this runs. It can only be handled from the outside, which is why Philip went off-grid.
Tell me about Project Iscariot.
All I really know is that they're planning on using the Secret Service for a government takeover. Philip hasn't told me any more than that. Believe me, 17.
Why should I?
Philip never let you down. He never let any of us down. I know you sent someone in there to hack into my computer to find out where he's going. But you can still make the right decision.
I need to regain control of this agency.
Be careful who you trust.
I know where Philip Krieg is going. You know what you need to do, 17.
Get me transportation.
I told you to not interfere.
I'm just trying to do what's best.
I'm not so sure about that anymore. Every time I get close to answers, you always show up and get in my way. I need that list, and I'm not leaving here without it.
Is that a threat?
Walk away.
We're on the same side.
Is that why you kidnapped me?
We needed information. I knew you wouldn't come willingly. The less you tell me, the less I can do to help.
You don't get it! I'm trying to protect you. The more I tell you, the more danger you're in. Unless you're already on their side.
And this whole time, I thought you were working together.
17, you told him where to find me.
Philip, trust me. I have nothing to do with Bronson.
Then how did you get here? Who told him where I'd be?
Someone who doesn't want that list to get in the wrong hands. And someone who wants you dead, just like I do.
I'm not so sure about that anymore.
CIA contacts before you leave.
Certainly.
You've got to make sure all the loose ends are tied up before we can start the process of working on Section 116.
Can I help you?
Maybe you can. The name's Krieg. Philip Krieg.
I know who you are. This is my office now, Mr. Krieg.
Yes, my replacement. Carlotta Trust, isn't it?
That'll be mistrust to you.
Trust. Interesting name. Was your father English?
I prefer not to talk about it.
An orphan, too. Most of us are. I'm not surprised.
Let's cut the small talk. It's time for you to leave.
As soon as I get that list of Iscariot members 17 stole from me.
Do you know why I joined this business? Stop terrorists like you.
I'm not a terrorist.
You're certainly helping them. Thanks to this Iscariot nonsense, a lot of the MI7 has cooled to the idea of the MIX merger. A merger we need to prevent more attacks.
Do you really believe that?
My parents were killed by terrorists. I know what I'm talking about.
Files aren't even in the system, are they?
No. 17 didn't want this list to get into the wrong hands, so he never backed it up from the flash drive. 42 has it now.
You're not even gonna try and stop me?
Oh, I'd love to kill you, Mr. Krieg, but I have more important priorities at the moment.
What do you have for me, 42?
Managed to decode most of the names on the list. You should be able to look up anyone who's involved with Project Iscariot.
Did you recognize any of the names?
Yeah, I recognize a lot of them. Some of them I've known casually, some of them have been my friends.
You make it sound like MI7 is totally infiltrated.
That's not far from the truth. That's why I had me out here instead of headquarters. No bugs out here. At least, not the unnatural kind. I almost feel like a field agent again.
Things were a lot simpler back then.
Yeah, they were.
Is Philip Krieg's name on the list?
No, neither is Bronson's.
Are you sure? You said you were able to decrypt most of the names, but not all of them?
No, I wasn't able to decrypt the last two. They're the most recent additions, and they're using some different algorithm for them. I mean, maybe in a couple of months I might be able to solve it, but I'm working without my team here because I can't trust anyone. But somehow I get the feeling you don't have 2 months, especially with this amount of infiltration.
So then those last two names couldn't be Krieg or Bronson, based on how recently they were added and how long those agents have been rogue.
You're absolutely right. It seems that they have been working on the same problem from different angles this whole time.
Interesting.
Only we could figure out a way to get Krieg and Bronson in the same room. Then we could take out this Iscariot element before it expands any further.
How do you know neither one of them is the last name on the list?
Intuition.
Alright. I am authorizing you to do whatever you think is necessary, 17, to get them on the same page. But be careful. This has to stay between the two of us. Make sure you keep me in the loop.
Yes, sir. Understood.
They managed to identify everyone in Project Iscariot except you and me. You have access to 17's list. Make sure it gets destroyed. And however he tries to get Krieg and Bronson together, I want you to make sure it fails. We need them working against each other.
You're early.
I'm still thinking about leaving.
Don't. I need you to listen to me and I need you to believe me.
How can I believe you while I'm surrounded by shades of mistrust?
Talk about mistrust. You shot me.
To keep you from getting involved. I saved you, 17. You're the one that keeps inserting yourself into this mess.
Philip, I have a list of practically all the Iscariot members. Your name isn't on it. Neither is Bronson's.
Is your name on the list? Am I supposed to just take your word for it?
It's right here. I have the only copy of the decoded data. Just give me a second. No. No, no! It's gone.
Looks like your co-conspirator is right on time.
Bronson isn't supposed to meet me here until tomorrow. Philip, please!
I've had enough of these lies.
Carlotta, stop Krieg.
Should have known.
Come in. I've lost it. Repeat, I've lost the target.
How could this have happened? Who even knew about that list?
I don't know, sir. I contacted Bronson and Krieg myself. There must be a glitch in the system. As for the list, I think we need to reconsider if we can trust Agent 42.
Gary, it's something Bronson mentioned.
And you've never heard of it?
Does it mean something to you?
Then why leave your agency? Why leave to pursue evil?
Pursue evil? I might ask you the same question.
You're on the wrong side.
This whole time, I thought you were working together.
Philip, trust me. I have nothing to do with Bronson.
Then how did you get here? You told where I'd be. Someone who doesn't want that list to get in the wrong hands. And someone who wants you dead. Let's see if I can undo the damage you've already done.
This isn't your agency anymore, Philip. Who are you protecting?
You.
Bronson! Come out! We need to talk!
Look, no tricks.
You've got 1 minute before I put a bullet in your head.
You want to stop Iscariot, don't you?
Of course!
So do I. We need each other.
I have a better solution. It ends now.
So much for making a new friend. On the same side, Bronson.
You win, Krieg. Pull the trigger. Get it over with.
Look at me, Bronson. Look at me closely. There's murder in my eyes, but not for you. Your name wasn't on the list. That's why I was meeting with 17.
But 17 is supporting the merger. Doesn't he know that's a power grab?
No, I don't believe he does, and I want to keep it that way. You and I are going to bring down the Secret Service, and we need him alive at the end to pick up the pieces.
So, where do we go from here?
We need to pull our resources. I know who we can trust in MI7.
And I just found out who's funding Iscariot.
Well, looks like we're off to a good start.
I want 17 dead.
Sir?
You heard me. Project Iscariot is falling apart. We need to start calling the opposition.
But 17 is a good man. He just doesn't know he's on the wrong side.
He's responsible for bringing Krieg and Bronson together. You didn't do enough to stop him. Now we have to take more drastic measures. Is there a problem?
I still think 17 can be an asset to us. I just need to reason with him. Explain our position.
Under no circumstances are you to reveal our connection to Project Iscariot. We are the only 2 members left that haven't been compromised. You will follow your orders, Agent 07, for the preservation of our operation.
I know what I need to do.
I hope I don't have to hold your hand through this, Carlotta. I have my own worries. Several of our Iscariot agents haven't been responding. I have a feeling I know who's been taking them out.
Move in, move in. Must feel good to put another dent in Iscariot's operation.
Not big enough, Den. This is just another dead end.
Why do you say that?
We're not gonna be able to stop Iscariot until we find the last 2 members on that list. Until then, this is just pointless bloodshed.
Look, I'm working on something here. And with the connections that you have, I can set up a meeting with the person who's funding them. Just enjoy the progress that we got going.
Progress. Just another face for my nightmares.
You wanted to be a part of the world outside. I couldn't risk you on a field mission anymore. I'm surprised you're even back now.
I never left. I tried to go back to the outside world, but the dreams, they still haunt me.
Well, I know that knock anywhere. Won't you have a seat, Mr. Krieg?
I'd rather stand, Miss Monet. This should be brief.
Well, I had hoped it wouldn't have come to this. At least not so soon.
Your bank has held the money of my enemies, but you've never funded them before.
It's always hard for an underground bank to do business when it's forced to dispel its secrets. The clientele dwindles, so I've diversified. We both knew it would come to this. Really, it's you who put me in this position. So this is how it ends, Philip Krieg.
You brought this upon yourself.
I never wanted it to go this far, but there are some businesses you can never get out of.
Get up and come with me. You're worth more to the Secret Service alive.
Philip! We're in.
I'm taking a huge risk getting you two in here.
You have no idea how important this is.
Believe me, I do. Let's go.
She's expecting you. You have 5 minutes.
Welcome to my gilded cage. It's not often I have such distinguished guests. Please have a seat.
We have some questions for you, Miss Monet. We know you've been doing business with the outside world.
How could I? You've seen the impeccable security here. Besides, I no longer have control over the underground banking system.
Don't play dumb, Monet.
Ha! This is from the queen of playing dumb. Don't you have a spa appointment to go to?
How dare you? And by the way, that outfit, so 2005.
Look, Monet, we're down to the wire. We need answers now.
You haven't given me any reason to cooperate with you.
This isn't a game.
What will it take for you to cooperate?
I want my empire back, my freedom. I want everything you took away from me.
It's under the cushion.
What?
There it is, her link to the outside world. You might want to powder your cheeks a little bit. Your face is looking red.
These are all too vague. There's nothing useful here.
That sounds about right. I wasn't lying, Mr. Krieg. I don't have control over my bank anymore. It proved far too difficult from in here. I know they've started funding Project Iscariot recently after some other investors pulled out, but that's all.
Then I guess we're back to square one.
Not quite. I put Iscariot in touch with my remaining associates at the bank. You might be interested to know who my contacts were. Unfortunately, I don't see any circumstance where I give them to you.
What do you want, Monet?
I already told you. Something none of you can give me. Except for you. You could give me what I want.
Your freedom. I'm offering you your freedom.
17. What are you doing?
If we can't weed out Iscariot now, there's never going to be another chance. Now tell us, who's in charge? Who are the other names on the list?
You're not gonna like it, 17. The first one is 13.
And the second one?
Your new Agent 07.
Carlotta? Thank you, Miss Monet. I promise you when this Iscariot thing is over, I will keep my end of the bargain. Take these to 42, see if you can do anything with them.
17. Are you okay? I know you trusted her.
Take care of it.
I'd always hoped for a chance to talk to you again, Mr. Krieg. To ask you why you damned me to this purgatory instead of killing me on the spot.
It was something you said, Monet. There's some businesses you just can't get out of.
Well, you certainly tried.
I'm still followed by the memories. No matter what, the phantoms of yesterday still haunt me.
Then I claim your torment as my revenge, and I revel in it.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Have a seat. The MI7-MIX merger is off. I just got word.
But sir, why?
This is a scary element. It scared off a lot of people who were on the fence.
I'm sure you did everything you could to convince them that...
Convince them that it was wrong? That so much centralized power would be a threat of its own? You bet I did.
The merger would have kept everyone safe.
No one is safe with Iscariot. What would they do when they gain control of all those agents?
Iscariot doesn't stand for chaos, it stands for order. If they had control of the Secret Service, of the government, they would stop terrorism once and for all. Terrorists like the ones who killed my parents.
The game is almost over, Mistrust. I'd like to think you were a loyal agent once, so I'm giving you one warning. It's time for you to run. But between the two of my agents, 07, I don't think you'll get very far.
We'll be there by late morning tomorrow.
Do you think 17 is right? Do you think Mistrust is really there?
He recruited her. He knows about her life before the service. It makes sense.
What's so special about this place?
It's her family homestead, where she lived before her parents were killed.
Why do you think she turned?
She believed she was doing the right thing. That's why anyone does it.
Did you ever stop and wonder if we're on the right side of this thing?
Constantly. And never. I can sympathize a lot with Carlotta. She lost a lot of things she can never get back.
Sometimes I can't help but stare at the flames and remember.
I just try to forget.
It's a cold life we lead. Do you have any family?
None. My family died years ago. My father was an MI5 agent. That's the reason 17 recruited me. I assume you don't have a family either?
My parents are still out there, and so are my wife and son, if you can believe it.
When's the last time you saw him?
At my funeral. I staged my own death when I went off the grid, and at that point there was no going back.
What do you do when the dreams haunt you? When the memories are just too much to bear?
I guess you could say it's the memories that keep me going, keep me fighting for what's right. So, I press on.
I should have known Mistrust couldn't get the job done. She'd rather run away than betray the man who trained her. You got a loyal agent there, 17.
She's not my agent anymore.
And I'm still your superior.
Not for long.
You surprise me, 17. You of all people I thought would understand the brilliance of Project Iscariot.
All I see is treachery. A group of liars making decisions that shouldn't be theirs.
Consolidating the Secret Service and taking over the government would allow us to finally have the peace that you and I have been searching for years!
At what cost?
You think you're doing the right thing. But someday you'll realize things are never that simple.
Believe me, I already know.
You think she's gonna run or fight? You better go around the side.
I thought you might find me here. How did you know? 17?
Mistrust? I'm gonna need you to come with me. Iscariot is dead.
You have no idea what you've done. We could have ensured the safety of the country, of the world. Do you even care about that?
More than you know. But what were you willing to sacrifice to get there?
If only I could convince 17 that...
17? He could have died because of you.
How dare you? You have no idea. The peace we could have created.
Iscariot was never about peace. It was about power. It's time for you to face that, Carlotta.
Never.
Bronson, eyes on me. All right, you're gonna be okay, buddy.
Remember.
For all of them, I know my mission. I will remember.
Well, Philip, you passed the fitness test. No problems. Welcome back, Agent 07.
Like I said, I never really left.
Our satellites recently picked up some suspicious activity in Russia and we're sending you out to investigate. 13 has the details.
You've already appointed a new 13? Miss Pennypacker.
Don't you mean 13? Don't just stand there bulking. It's time to get back to business, especially now that Project Iscariot is weeded out. Are you up for it, 07?
Always, sir. Always. There's a man who can't run from his past. He can only face it head on. His fate has already been sealed. No one will see him move in the shadows around them. Yet the hopes and dreams of millions hang by a thread and rest on his shoulders. I am that man. and I know my duty. The name's Krieg, Philip Krieg, and I am Agent 07.
To